Yo, what is up, guys? This is Braden from Braden Productions, and today we are here with another Armchair Commander video, this time with commentary once again. It's been a while since I've commentated over one of these, but anyway, so today we're doing a little bit of a throwback. We're playing the Blue Army in the Conquest based on General, Ethan and I's old Minecraft world, the one History of the Blue Army is based on. And this map is known as General Feb 2020 because it's based on General from February 2020. So you can download it if you want, you can play it. So basically, the strategy is, I'm kind of bad at explaining things, but I'll try. So basically, you have those two main areas, right? You have the Bugsy area where Etnarb and Fredapest are as well, which you control. You have a lot of decent units there. You have some field artillery, which can be pretty helpful. And you have the area in the east, which is also has a pretty decent amount of units. Sorry guys, I'm kind of bad at this, so if I stutter, I'm sorry. This is unscripted. No script or anything, just doing it. So you also have two little areas in the southwest, Fort Gary and California. So basically what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to stop that random cruiser and I'm trying to save Minia. Those are the goals down there, but that's not super important. The main area is over here. So what you want to do is you want to assign your generals, which it doesn't matter if you don't have super good generals. Like, I'm just using like mediocre German generals because, I mean, there used to be like this exploit where you could get like just thousands and thousands of coins for free on the PC version, but like weather coverage, he kind of got every general in the game for that. But I'm just like, hey, I'm just gonna get some random ones because if I get like Manstein and Zukov and all that, I'll basically be completely invincible. I kind of want it to be a fair fight, you know. And as you see, I sent that little group of light tanks and that commando south to try to flank Ethan, which the country represented by Colombia is Ethan's country, for the people who didn't know that in the audience. So none of this recording is authentic. This is like, I'm recording this a day after I recorded the actual footage. I'm recording the commentary later. So I'm trying something. So basically what I'm doing is I'm in Audacity, I'm recording my audio, and I have Windows Media Player open in another tab so I can see what's going on in the video, so my commentary somewhat makes sense, so I could actually like line it up, you know what I'm saying? Because I can't just visualize the video in my head, even though I did watch it before doing this just so I had a better idea of what to talk about, because I tried. My first take of this commentary, you think this commentary is bad, my first take was just dumbness. This commentary is already pretty dumb. Like, how do you get even dumber? I don't know. But anyway, you don't need to, like, spam that much. Like, you don't need to, like, spam out new units, because you simply don't have the economy for that. So, you just gotta play with your starting units really wisely. Which, it's possible. I mostly just use the starting units in this one. Because you start with, like, some mechanized units, you start with a lot of field artillery. Like, you have pretty good chances just using the starting units and, like, some placeholders, which is basically what I do. Yeah, so they kind of spam a tiny little bit in terms of Navy. Because here's the thing, the mainland of Minia just dies really quick. So basically, Halo basically just has free reign over that entire territory for like the first 20 turns before you could show up. So, yeah, he just builds up, kind of. Like, he doesn't necessarily build up, he kind of like senses stuff to you, but the problem is, the transport ships, they really suck. If you put your troops in the ocean and they get attacked, yeah, you need to book it, or else your unit's gonna die. Anyway, so as you can see, I am currently trying to fight Unholy Falls. They're not super powerful. The main concern I think is Ethan's country, because he has that giant fortification line and he has that self-propelled gun just chilling on the old embassy waiting for me to show up so it could wreck us. Yeah, so mine, they're like barely alive. I'm gonna send the rocket artillery. Once that self-propelled gun on in the southwestern area of Halo's Island is dead, trust me, they will spam Fort Garry. It's a pain in the butt, because, like, I do the main area first, because it's the most important. So by the time I'm actually looking at Fort Garry and, like, in that area, I have, like, 70 manpower, so I just have to buy, like, some rifle infantry, which kind of sucks unless you're going against either A, transport ships, B, like, units that are pretty much dead anyways, like, they have, like, 2 HP left. Speaking of HP, there was a new update a couple months ago, which makes it so you could see the unit stats. It's kind of cool, but I've just played this game for so long without it that I just generally don't use it that much. Radio silence. Oh, we're attacking that level 1 city in southern Red Battaliona. It was called Red Fighters back then, but I think it would be more accurate to call it Red Battaliona because that's what it is now. Yo, I'm a rebel. I attacked their ship with assault infantry. The naval units, except for like the battleships and like high tier cruisers and the carriers. The carriers are really good, I think, because you can like bomb stuff. But most of the naval units are kind of trash unless they're like high veterancy or something. Because, like, any old land unit that isn't just a rifle infantry could, like, do a lot of damage to them. And obviously there's coastal artillery, so you can just shell them. You can shell them with the field artillery, too, except for submarines. You can't shell the submarines with the field artillery. So, as you can see, they're starting to send stuff to Fort Garry. They try to take it. They really do. They try. Oh, I didn't even notice I have Unholy Falls. Boom! Unholy Falls goes down. I am some rip-off Bruminati. I am aware. At least Bruminati's funny. I just kind of ramble. Did somebody say boom? Poor Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy. They were just sitting there and then Sandy decided to blow them up for no reason. How mean. So all these cities are, like, real places in general. Like, there's only, like, a few, like, random cities that are there just for balance. Like, the city in the south of Red Battaliona is a random city. I don't really know what that represents. But most of them, these were, like, real places that existed at some point during General's existence. It's not even a whole bunch of them. Like, there's another map like this called General Revamped, where it's like this, but, like, better. Like, it has, like, villages. Like, they added, like, the villages terrain. That's what I mean. Like, basically, it's, like, it's, like, close to the quality of my Violet Army campaign maps, but not exactly there yet. Like, there wasn't the events yet. City Trigger events, man, that was revolutionary for this game, I'm telling you. But, like, they were pretty good. Like, it was a lot more detailed map. It was definitely an improvement over the first map, the first general map I made all the way back in December of 2020, where it was like, okay, here's your land mass, here's your countries, here's like 10 cities, and here's a few units. Like, it wasn't detailed at all. And then they just got progressively more detailed. As you can see, Unholy Falls is getting their butt kicked. I think I like the February map more than the January one, which is the one I did in the previous Conquest, because in the... Hold on. In the February one, there's, like, a lot more Navy. Like, you actually start with, like, a few destroyers. USSR 2.0 starts with some destroyers. Like, there's actually, like, a fight. Well, in January 2020, it's, like, the ports are garrisoned, and that's about it. And then there's the random cruiser in the area near California, the body of water. I still don't even know why I added that. I think that was an accident, because I don't understand the logic. Like, Halo never really had any, like, naval bases over there. Okay, to be fair, none of us really had naval bases except for the one in Port Garry, but that's besides the point. The point is, like, Why? Why was that a feature I needed to add? By the way, for some miracle, Minia does not die, even though I abandoned the city. What happened? Did they rearm? I generally forget. Once again, I watched this before I recorded this commentary. I don't know why I don't know this stuff. I guess one cannot remember everything. Oh, Unholy Falls is about to go down for good. Once we take out that field artillery and take Glensburg, which was renamed to Braden later. But it was originally Glensburg. Oh, I know what the level 1 city is. That was Laughing Face's colony, and then he gave it to me, so it just... I think I just gave it to Diamond Legion for balance. I don't even know why. Did they start controlling it? Did I miss something? Because keep in mind, at the beginning of this, I was like north of Unholy Falls. I wasn't close to this area, really. The only thing really that close was like the little squad of light tanks and that commando that I sent to deal with that city. Panzer III versus Sherman, who will win? Well, the Panzer III has artillery backup, so that's good. I think the German light tank's a Panzer III. I can't tell. The graphics are like a lot more... This is one of the downsides of the game, according to some people. I actually kind of like it. It's kind of original, but like the graphics are like a lot more cartoony, I guess would be the word, than like most games like this. Like it's a lot less realistic. It's more like hand-drawn looking, I guess you could say. Like I like it though. It kind of gives it a little unique charm. As you can see, all that trying to hold off Eastlandia has paid off because we're about to flank them. We're flanking them right now. Eastlandia is probably going to fall very soon. Where is Unholy Falls' last unit? Like, what's supposed to happen is, like, once you take all the cities and units, for, like, the past few months now, this is how it's working in the game. Like, there was an update, like, I think it was, like, during the summer, but, like, if you take out all the country's, like, cities and units, you should get all the land. That's what's supposed to happen. But apparently there's, like, a glitch, because I still see some Unholy Falls tiles, but I do not see any Unholy Falls units. So what I'm going to start doing, I believe, if I remember correctly, is that port in the northwest, I'm going to start spamming out of it. Like, not spamming, but, like, building destroyers and stuff to kind of mess with Halo's country. Is it like a glitch because this is like an old map? I don't know why it's not doing what it's supposed to do with the borders, but hey, it's not a big deal. Oh, I know why Ethan hasn't disappeared. It's because that destroyer, that cruiser's there. Why'd I call it a destroyer? That's so dumb. Why did I do that? I don't know. I do not understand anything. This is so whack. Round 17. Let's go, boys. Come on, just go in the port. So I am, as you can see, I am trying to flank Halo, just send like a little distraction. So my main force with Steiner and Raider, I don't know how you pronounce it, but like they're coming up. They're gonna land too. Faglin's probably gonna land in a little bit. Basically, I'm just gonna like send everything pretty much, except for the stuff I have chilling on the cities. You probably will know this if you're watching this video, but like I like just put stuff on the city sometimes. Like I just move stuff down to be on cities close to the front, which I don't even know why, because at this point in the war they can't threaten me at all on my mainlands. Like there's no way for them to land. Like there's no paratroopers. Like everyone I checked, everyone has a level 1 airport, so they can't paratroop. And even if they did have a level 2 airfield, they still wouldn't be able to paratroop, because paratrooping, for whatever reason, is a player-only ability. And even then, only some players. It took me like a few months to figure out how paratroopers work in this game. Basically, you have to like produce an infantry unit like normal, then click on like the building tab again, then it will give you the option to use the paratrooper. Like, if you don't have an infantry unit on the city, it's just completely grayed out, so you can't use it. As you can see, I have successfully landed. All 3 of my generals are there. Okay, so here's the funny part. So my generals, you can see a lot of them, like, for a lot of this video, at least a couple of them are on pretty low health, so I keep thinking they died, so I check my generals tab on just random units to see if they're there, so I can place them down again, and they're all still deployed. They're all still they're all still kicking, you know? Oh, that carrier was kind of a waste of money, because it really wasn't worth my money, because I got to hit like 2 things with it before everything was out of range. Problem is, there's no like canals or anything, so if you put a carrier in Port Gary or just anything in one of those 2 ports, the either Port Gary or the Port Violet has, you're kind of just stuck there the entire time. You can't really do anything with it once everything's out of range. That's why it's useless to put subs in there, because all it does is make it so you can't put your troops in the water, which I already discussed is kind of something you don't want to do, like, unless you're trying to naval invade, like I am doing right now. And again, at this point in the naval invasion, I'm already on the mainland, but Violet hasn't gotten the memo. Bros, we got it handled. You don't have to come like this. Your crappy units are just gonna die. Well, they're not gonna die now because I took out their entire force, including their whole navy. The only thing that could actually threaten it is the random coastal artillery. Boom! We won. Peace. Braden out.